Pig, Princess Peppa, and the royal ball. This is Princess Peppa. Princess Peppa is excited. Her family is having a ball at the castle tonight. Hooray! Queen Mummy Pig and the King Daddy Pig need help getting ready. There is so much to do before the party. Can I invite my friends to the ball? Asks Princess Peppa. Of course, says Queen Mummy. Princess Peppa and Prince George go to the village. Princess Peppa invites her friends to the ball. Hooray! They cheer. Everyone can come. Back at the castle, Grandpa Wizard is getting the ballroom ready. Princess Peppa wants to help. Grandpa Wizard uses his magic to make decorations appear from Princess Peppa's broom. Wow, this is so fancy. Oh no! Some of the candles went out. Princess Peppa asks for help from a friendly dragon.
There's a friendly dragon.
That's right.
Why's a friendly dragon coming?
Because a friendly dragon wants to light some candles because some of the candles went out.
It went out.
Went out, look, here are the fires and these candles went out. There's no fire on top. And the friendly dragon is going to put fire on top. Yeah? Next, Princess Peppa helps King Daddy choose flowers for the tables. They pick the best ones from the royal garden. Princess Peppa brings the flowers inside. Thank you, Peppa. These are pretty, says Queen Mummy. Why don't you check on the desserts? She asks Princess Peppa. Peppa goes to the kitchen. What would you like to try? The royal baker asks. Everything, please, Princess Peppa says. This is the best job so far. The ballroom is ready. The food is ready.
That's Peppa's teddy.
That's right. Everything is ready except Princess Peppa. She goes up to her room to change for the party. Ring! It is the doorbell. The guests are here. Princess Peppa welcomes them to her royal ball. A royal trumpet plays. Prince George arrives in the ballroom. Queen Mummy and King Daddy follow. Now the royal ball can begin. Everyone sings and dances along to the music. They eat yummy cakes and the cookies.
What are these?
These are sandwiches. Thank you for making the royal ball so special, Princess Peppa, Queen Mummy says. And so yummy, King Daddy says. Look at all the dessert, yeah? They all danced happily ever after. The end. Princess Peppa. It is bedtime for Peppa and George. Mummy Pig takes them in and turns off the light. Good night, little piggies, she whispers. Downstairs, Granny and Grandpa Pig arrive to have dinner with Mummy and Daddy Pig. They all sit down to eat. But suddenly, they hear noises coming from upstairs. Is that Peppa and George? Asks Grandpa Pig. Looks like the little piggies aren't sleeping after all. Mommy Pig goes upstairs to check on Peppa and George. They are wide awake. Peppa, George, quickly now, hop into bed, says Mommy Pig. You are making lots of noise, and it's too late for you to be up. We aren't sleepy yet, says Peppa. Will you tell us a story? Asks Peppa. We promise to go to bed after a story. All right, says Mommy Pig. Once upon a time, there was a princess, Peppa jumps in. Oh, yes, says Mommy Pig. Once upon a time, there was a courageous princess named Peppa. She lived in a castle with Sir George, the brave knight. Snort! Hee hee! And the princess and knight had a cook who made the most delicious food ever, adds Peppa. Of course, says Mommy Pig. She made cupcakes and cookies. And a cherry jelly tower, says Peppa. That was the princess' favorite food. The princess and knight invited their friend Pedro Pony, and they all ate yummy desserts. Yes, says Mommy Pig. And afterward, everyone was so full and they fell right asleep. The end. Then they woke up, cries Peppa, and they invited a wizard to the castle. A wizard? Asks Mommy Pig. Yes, says Peppa, and he did a big magic show. And then all of a sudden, a big green dragon came to the castle, Peppa continues. Hee hee, laughs George. Roar. Oh no, says Mommy Pig. How scary. The dragon wasn't scary, says Peppa. He was just very hungry. So the king came and ordered the cook to make a picnic, says Peppa. He did? Mommy Pig asks with a yawn. Yes, says Peppa. The cook, the wizard, the princess, the knight, the king, Pedro Pony, and the dragon sat down to a big feast. And then they went to bed, murmurs Mommy Pig as her head droops to one side. No, says Peppa. Then they had a party. The princess arrived to the party in a beautiful carriage, says Peppa. She came with her friend Susie Sheep. Sir George pulled the carriage with his horse. All of their friends came to the castle to dance. There was Rebecca Rabbit and Pedro Pony and Danny Dog. Downstairs, Daddy Pig, Granny Pig, and Grandpa Pig are wondering what is taking Mommy Pig so long. Maybe we should see what's going on upstairs, says Daddy Pig. I think I hear snoring, says Granny Pig. Mommy Pig must have finally gotten Peppa and George to fall asleep. But Peppa and George are not snoring. Mommy Pig is. Hee hee hee. It looks like Princess Peppa is the best at telling bedtime stories, says Daddy Pig. The end. Peppa meets the Queen. Peppa and her family are watching...
That's going.
That's right, watching television. Suddenly, there is a special announcement from the Queen. The Queen! The Queen! Peppa cheers. Hello to you all, the Queen says. Today, I have decided to give an award to the hardest working person in the country. Who is going to get this award? The hardest working person in the country is Miss Rabbit. At the supermarket, Miss Rabbit is closing the shop when Mr. Zebra and the postman presents her with a golden ladder. Miss Rabbit, please come to my palace to get a medal for all your hard work.
Why is Miss Rabbit closing the shop?
Because Miss Rabbit is in charge of the supermarket. I can't visit the Queen. I've got too much work to do. Miss Rabbit panics. Don't worry, Peppa says. The Queen has made it a holiday. It is the day Miss Rabbit visits the Queen. Peppa and her friends are going too.
Why are they going
We're
on the bus?
off to see the Queen.
Why are they going on the bus?
Because they're all going to see the Queen.
Why do they don't have a car?
Because there's so many people, like a car wouldn't fit. We are off to see the Queen. Here we are, Miss Rabbit says. Look at all the fancy stuff. Woof, Danny Dog says. Don't touch anything, Miss Rabbit warns. Where is the Queen? Emily Elephant asks. Queen, Susie Sheep calls. Where are you? In another fancy room, there is a lady sitting on a throne, knitting. Hello, Peppa says. Have you seen the Queen today? I am the Queen, the lady says. The children are very excited to meet you, Your Majesty, says Miss Rabbit. I am excited to meet all of you, the Queen says, standing up. And now for Miss Rabbit medal. This is Queen's award for industry. Keep up the good work. The Queen puts a shiny gold medal over Miss Rabbit's head. Cheers for Miss Rabbit, the Queen says. Hip, hip, hooray, shout the children. Miss Rabbit and the children wear their boots to go out into the palace gardens with the Queen. Do you play in your garden all the time, Your Majesty? Danny Dog asks. I don't have time for playing. No, answers the Queen. She suddenly stops. Oh dear, a muddy puddle. Never mind, we can walk around it. You can't walk around a muddy puddle, Peppa says. You have to jump in it. Peppa shows the Queen how to jump up and down in the muddy puddle. I say, that does look fun, the Queen says. Here one goes then. Stop, shouts Peppa. Everyone gasps. If you jump in muddy puddle, Peppa says, you must wear your boots, Your Majesty. The Queen goes inside and comes back with her boots on. Everyone loves jumping up and down in the muddy puddles, including the Queen. The end.